Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is Denton Matters Municipal Candidate Forum. We have with us today Connie Baker, who is running for D2. He's one of 5 people running in that race. We also have Matt Prunetta on the line, who's going to be joining us for this interview. So just a few reminders, early voting has already begun. We are in the middle of early voting. The election is November 3rd. Municipals are on the back of your ballot. So make sure when you're voting to turn over your ballot and go all the way to the back. D2 is a race that hasn't had quite a lot of attention compared to the other races that are happening right now. So we'd like to give Connie a few minutes to tell us about yourself.
Oh, well, I was born and raised here in Denton. Went through the public schools here. Went to Denton High School, and I spent 25 years with the Denton County. I've got 23 years as law enforcement. I did do some of that. I was elected constable of Precinct 1, and I served in that capacity. So, like I say, I have a little feeling for Denton since like I say, grew up here, and I would just love to give something back to a town that I grew up in. So that's why I'm running for public office again, as they say.
The district that you're running for, D2, has an outgoing candidate who is pretty beloved. She's known for patience, congeniality, and citizen first representation. So how do you plan to take up that mantle and continue that type of representation?
Well, I'll agree that Ms. Briggs has done a real good job. And like I say, I just hope I can fulfill the last year. I'll do my best to for the citizens of District 2 and help them out as much as I can and use my, like I say, I tell everybody my common sense and think things out and get input from the District 2 and all the citizens of Denton.
So COVID pushed the election back this year. It really should have happened back in May, but we're having it in November because of all the concerns with, safely giving people the opportunity to vote. In reality, well, not in reality, but in theory, you should have been on council for about 6 months by now. What have you been doing with that extra 6 months to help you prepare for a council and to help you be more effective once you hit it?
Well, I've been doing a lot of questionnaires like y'all sent. I've been doing that. I've been doing a little research on a lot of stuff that have, like you say, the COVID-19. COVID-19 has really hurt the economy here in town and everywhere. So would like to do is try to get our economy going back up in jobs. Also, I know that the mask ordinance, a lot of people like it, some do not. I wear mine, and I know businesses want to get back, open. We're going to have to still kind of do that a little slow because keep washing our hands, doing what we're basically doing 6 feet apart. But the key is until there's a vaccine, we're still going to need to be careful and protect the citizens and our businesses until that vaccine is here. And like that, that'll help us a lot if they can get that. But try to get our economy going back.
It kind of moves me ahead to a question we're going to ask a little bit later. For D2, we have 5 candidates running, and out of those 5, you were the only one that came out in favor of masks. The group that that we kind of have cobbled together over the last few years took this one really seriously because it was a move that seemed to move towards public safety. What do you think city council's responsibilities are towards maintaining public safety.
Well, I think it's very important that the city, like I say, protecting people is what you're set to do. You represent the citizens of this town. You use your judgment, and if it does help, then that's what you need to do. And like I say, I'm like everybody else. The mask, it seems to help. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I think it helps. And that's all you can do. Just do the best you can. And I think most of the people out there agree that it does help a little. It really does.
And real quick, and I wanted to verify this. I thought I saw this when we talk about public safety. You've also served on the Traffic Safety Commission. Commission in town. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
One of the other things that we noticed on your questionnaire when we're talking about COVID relief, you mentioned the standard things about how we get out of it by making sure tax rates are low, but you also had some really socially conscious thoughts to put in there. Like delaying evictions and making sure people don't have their utilities turned off, and making sure that we support food pantries. Can you give us a little bit about your background, like a history of philanthropy, that kind of thing? Because that informs your decisions on, how we take care of each other as citizens.
Oh, on that one? Oh, yes. I know it's hard because, like say, on the jobs, and I know it's hard on families. The bills, if you don't have a job, it hurts. And I understand that. And that's why I said what I did about the food and the pantry and helping them out. Try to help the businesses out too. But I don't think, it's kind of hard about turning people's utilities off. That's kind of, bad now. I don't think we should be doing that much. What I mean, trying to help them, try to help your fellow man, as they say, and everything. So you mentioned the food, about that. I belong to an organization, and here the other day, we took 200 pounds of food to Our Daily Bread organization I belong to, and we've been in this town 161 years. And that's our job, to help our community and help our fellow man and ladies and everything. So that was real nice the other day when I went and took that. They were very appreciative of that food.
And then that's a great thing to mention. And I'll take a quick second to toss that public service announcement, because I know that's one of the things a lot of the members of our group do. Our Daily Bread provides a great service to helping the people who are experiencing homelessness in our community. And
Right.
Even though we are locked up and socially distanced right now, that doesn't mean that the trials that they are facing have gone away. Those people are still in need, the people who rely on those services. Looping back, Tamsin was asking you a second ago about, taking up the mantle of Keely Briggs and serving on city council. One of the challenges that we've asked a few of the other candidates who are in the special election is this. It's kind of unique because the election got moved to November. Basically, you're going to have about a 6-month term before you're up for re-election again. And in about 3 months, you're going to have people challenging your record. What are some things that you would like to get started or get done quickly, so that way when people come back, in the spring, you can go, I've done this and I want to continue doing this if you vote for me again?
One thing is like I mentioned a while ago, we need to promote our economic growth. We need to get the businesses back, like saying jobs and stuff like that. That's going to help out the community. And like I say, keeping the tax rate low, try to help people there too, and your homeowners. And I think that'll help us a lot if we tackle businesses and all this. I think that'll help us out a bunch to do that.
In our group, clean air and water are major concerns, and they're major concerns all over Denton. We have a landfill expansion that is coming up that is looking to make a long-term mountain of trash the height of TWU's towers. What are your guiding thoughts on protecting our environment on council, or what will they be when you're on council?
The population is going to go up, but if we could help our landfill by trying to remove stuff that really shouldn't go into the landfill, will help that out a bunch. And like recycling, helping businesses about recycling stuff, that'll help the landfill a lot too. So, and I know a lot of people, I've heard that I've never seen, but I've heard people put bags of clothes and throw clothes and stuff like that. So that don't need to go in the landfill. But like I say, if we just can work on holding that down, I think that the landfill will help us out if we don't try to fill it up. I know it's like I say, bigger the town gets, and the population don't help any, help. The population, helps. But stuff like that, I think that would help our landfill out a bunch.
And just a real quick follow-up on that. One of the issues with the landfill right now is that it looks like what we're doing with it is contracting to take garbage from other areas into Denton. And that's been a big concern for people in the area, especially those who live close by. It affects their property values and affects, quality of life in the air. Do you think going forward that, the city should be soliciting those kinds of contracts?
Sort of a hard one to answer. I don't think they should be bringing it to us. I think it's our landfill, and we should be watching our own landfill, because, like I say, the growth is going to keep going up, and I don't think we need to bring other cities or whatever into ours. I think that that's something that needs to be looked into down the road, as I would call it.
Thank you. Now you mentioned you've been here, you're a lifelong Dentonite. And with the price of housing going up so much and so quickly, it's kind of making it hard for people to become lifelong Dentonites going forward. What are your thoughts on how we make it less burdensome for people to afford to stay in this town?
That is a good question. That's a hard question. I really hope I can answer it. I know the town's growing in the housing, and I know some of the housing prices are pretty high here. So on that one, my opinion, I would love to see a lot of people be where they could afford a house here, here in Denton, because Denton's a great town. It really is. And I would love to see more people come here. I know, and so they need to work on the public housing. That might help a little too. Help people with that. Help people with their, like say, their rent, apartments and stuff like that. But like you say, I have seen Denton grow, and Denton is a great little town. It really is. And it's got some great people in it. And I just love to see them set it where people can afford to live here in Denton.
So you'd be supportive of programs that, provide assistance for housing for people who are struggling, correct?
Well, yes, sir. If to help them to come here and try to buy a house or their rent and all this. Yes, sir. No, I would be trying to help people to come to Denton, not try to scare them away. I mean, try to help them out as much as we could.
So outside of controlling the budget, council has little authority over law enforcement, yet some of our most passionate conversations in our community right now are centered around reforming the approach to policing. You have a background in law enforcement and, as you said, served as a constable for 4 years. What are some of your thoughts on improving policing, and what practices would you support seeing?
I sort of grew up in law enforcement. My dad was a deputy sheriff in this town. And a lot of that's going to have to come back. Law enforcement is going to have to, we're going to have to get the trust back in the people. And I know a lot of people do not trust police officers. They think they're out here, you know, kind of like picking on people, as I used to call it, but I don't think they're doing that now. I think the people are seeing that, and I'm glad to see it. But a lot of it would be sit down and talk to people and get their input and talk things out. And I think that would help a lot as far as getting the trust back with the police officers and the citizens of this town. I think that would help out a bunch.
So to that end, the mayor recently had an oversight board put together to kind of review practices and things like that. So would you say that you're supportive of citizens committees to kind of have those discussions with police?
Oh, the citizen. Oh, well, that would be great. That panel would be great to have if they would, work with the chief and all these, and stuff like that. If they have problems, go to the chief, talk about it, and see if he can work stuff out. I know problems can be solved. Some can, some can't. But if you don't try to solve these problems and ask questions of everybody, it's not going to work. But you got to work together to get this done. I've heard a lot of people say defunding the police. Well, crime's not going to go away if you defund the police. I'm sorry, you're still going to have the crime and all this. So a lot of it just needs to be set down, talk it out, and get everybody's input. I think that would help out a bunch.
So we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. And so we're gonna give you an opportunity to give us a last pitch, talk for a few minutes about why you think people should vote for you for D2.
Like I say, and I know I said it a while ago, I would just love to give back to a community I grew up in. This is a great town. Like I say, I do have a little experience because I was elected official once before, so I do know about working with budgets because I had a budget when I was a constable. I had to go in front of the county commissioners. So the only thing I tell everybody, and I'll tell you now, I've been out knocking on doors, talking to people, and I've got good response out of a lot of people. I really have, which made me feel good. But a lot of it leads back to, like I tell everybody, my duties would be as a city councilman would be to listen to all citizens when they speak. I mean, listen to them. I think, like I say, a lot of it will have to do. Me and my wife were talking the other day. It's like a football team or a baseball team. You're going to have to work together. As a baseball team, they know if they work as a team, they can win games. And that's what the citizens of this town and the city council need to do. We need to work together as a team to make a better Denton. And that's the only way you're going to do it. You got to work together. And if you don't do that, I don't know. I can tell everybody I'll just have to use my common sense. I'll listen to people, and that's all I can do. Is, and like I say, if I hope people vote for me, like I say, I'll do my best, and that's all I can do. I might make some mistakes, and I might make some good ones. You just never know. But I do appreciate the citizens of this town very much. And I think, in my feelings too, I think the citizens of this town will make the right decisions on a lot of things. And I have confidence that they will do that. And I do want to thank you two for letting me do this. I tell everybody, like I say, I've been answering all these questionnaires as best I could, and the Zooms and everything. So, but I do appreciate y'all very much for letting me do this. I really do. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much, Connie. So just so everybody knows, this is Connie Baker. He's running for City Council in District 2. Early voting is happening right now. Election day is November 3rd. For his race, you're going to have to flip over your ballot. He's on the back there if you are in D2. There are 5 other people on there. One of the things we're encouraging people to do, if you like what Connie had to say and you feel like you're going to vote for him, talk about it with your friends. The municipal races do not have D's or R's next to their names. They are nonpartisan. So, you know, make sure when you make your decision, you talk to people about it, so that way they can have an idea of who they want to vote for. Once again, real quick announcement. Denton Matters is going to be doing election night coverage on November 3rd. Just a little bit to kind of discuss what's happening in our town before everybody starts freaking out about what Florida is going to do. So anyway, feel free to join us. My name is Matt Pernetta. Tamsin Price is on the line. Connie Baker, thank you for joining us and giving us some insight into what you're going to be doing. You're here because Denton matters, and we're here for you.
Well, like I say, I grew up here, and like I say, if I can help my town, and I'll do my best and use my common sense.
That's all we can ask.
I appreciate both of y'all.
Thank you very much.
Do a good job.
Okay. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Yes, sir. Y'all too. Bye-bye.